are we? Welcome to a new episode of Plots We Have at Home, where we come up with the most unhinged story prompts this side of the Atlantic and let ChatGPT do the hard work and make sense of it.
Or not. We read the stories out loud and it's always the first time for both of us seeing them, so you get our unfiltered reactions.
I'm Danny.
And I'm John.
So let's dive right into our first story of today.
Okay, so our first story of today. Obi-Wan Kenobi has chosen a life far removed from the battles and turmoil of the Clone Wars and Order 66. He now found solace on a fishing trawler in the treacherous waters of the North Sea. Because he came to Earth, apparently. The relentless howling winds and towering waves were a welcome distraction from the haunting memories of war. He had found a new purpose in the laborious routines of the sea and the camaraderie of his ragtag crew, a group as mismatched as the galaxy itself. One particularly stormy day, with the boat pitching and rolling like a drunken panther, Obi-Wan and his crew worked tirelessly to haul in their catch. The net was heavy, and the rain stung their faces as they strained against the tempest. The trawler creaked and groaned under the assault of the relentless North Sea. Amidst the chaos, the crew suddenly heard an otherworldly voice, a haunting melody that pierced through the storm's cacophony. Sing ho for the life of a fisherman's wife, and she shall be the mistress of thee. Davy Jones, with his tentacle-covered face from the depth of the sea, bellowed, "What in the seven seas is that?" Is he part of the crew?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The members of Santiano, a group of seafaring musicians, exchanged bewildered glances, trying to identify the source of the eerie song. Yes. And then the net jerked and heaved as it had caught a leviathan. With a collective effort, they finally pulled it aboard, their faces etched with disbelief as they saw the most fantastical sight. In the net, tangled among the fish, was a beautiful mermaid, her silver scales shimmering despite the grim weathers.
Sorry.
The crew gasped, and Obi-Wan exchanged a glance with his unusual companions. They were all too aware that they had stumbled upon something extraordinary. They consulted their captain, the grizzled Captain Haddock from the world of Tintin comics. Yes. Höllenhunde.
Hellhounds.
Haddock scratched his beard and grumbled. "Get that creature under the deck before it brings me more bad luck." Obi-Wan nodded and carefully lifted the mermaid, shielding her from the relentless rain.
Ow.
Because that's gonna be very dangerous for her, all the water falling down on her. As he did, a transformation overcame her. Her scales and fins melted away, revealing a man with a mischievous smile and a glint in his eye. It was Obi-Wan's old arch nemesis, Richard Castle. What? What? "Kenobi," Castle said with a wicked grin. "Fancy meeting you here." Is he British?
No.
Why is he speaking Britishly?
I don't know why you make him speak British.
But he says, "Fancy meeting you here." It's nothing an American would ever say.
I don't know.
Obi-Wan clenched his fist, the memories of their countless clashes surging back. Oh no,
During the Clone Wars, I can.
his PTSD is coming in hard. "You should have stayed in your watery form, Castle." But Castle had other plans. He lunged at Obi-Wan, and a fierce battle ensued, the rain-soaked deck becoming the arena. Obi-Wan was an adept warrior, but Castle was crafty, his movements unpredictable. I'm very sure that they are. In the midst of their skirmish, Obi-Wan inadvertently knocked over a bottle of wine. The liquid spilled over Castle, and to Obi-Wan's astonishment, Castle's form began to shift. In a matter of seconds, he transformed back into the mermaid. Realization dawned upon Obi-Wan. Water! It's the contact with liquids that changes you. Except all the rain pouring down on him, of course, because that doesn't count. Desperate to keep Castle at bay. Bay, get it? Obi-Wan. What was that?
My face hurts.
Oh, same. Desperate to keep Castle at bay, Obi-Wan doused him with wine, rum, and even seawater, ensuring he remained in his mermaid form. Then, with great effort, he dragged the struggling mermaid back onto the drenched deck, the storm still raging around them. As night fell, Obi-Wan stood at the edge of the boat, gazing down at the mermaid form of Richard Castle. He knew he had to dispose of his old enemy, but he also sensed that this might not be the end of their rivalry. With a heavy heart, Obi-Wan cast Castle into the tumultuous sea. The mermaid's haunting song echoed in the winds as he disappeared beneath the waves. As the trawler sailed on through the tempestuous night, Obi-Wan couldn't help but feel a sense of unease. He knew that Castle, now a vengeful mermaid, would not forget his encounter, and so the enmity continued beneath the surface of the North Sea in a world of storms and secrets where the past never truly goes away. Wow, okay. That was fun, actually. I'm not quite sure like what you told it to do, but the whole
It almost worked out.
Obi-Wan going away from the war to work on a sea trawler is, first of all, one of my favorite tropes that are a thing in cinema, I guess. And then also like the whole crew, like him,
It was
Davy
missing
Jones,
one actually.
Captain
Yeah.
Haddock, and the Santiano guys, of
There
course,
was
which
actually
I
also-
fucking loved. I was sort of hoping for them to like sing and come in as the villains trying to get the ship, but no, they were just part of the crew, which is also great.
Yeah, I also actually included LeChuck into the crew.
Okay. He just didn't feel the need to say something,
No,
apparently.
apparently not.
Well, okay. But yeah, and then who doesn't know the ferocious mermaid Richard Castle? That
I
Obi-Wan
just
has
thought of an H2O situation kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, I definitely saw that immediately.
And I wanted it to be like this. I specifically wanted it to be a mermaid and then turn into a guy.
Oh, okay, so yeah. I mean, yeah, I also love that.
This is also not how H2O works, I think. But
No, I
no,
don't
they just
think
get a
so.
tail.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it's even funnier if it's just like this mystical mermaid and then
Also,
transformation happens and it's just like naked Richard Castle laying on the deck.
no, that he's carrying because
Yeah.
he's carrying the
Yeah,
fucking.
he's carried like a 200-pound man.
Also, there was this like ChatGPT just mixed it up because yes, obviously the rain would have kept him
Yeah.
the mermaid,
But
but
he took
him
down
under deck.
Yeah, but
They
because
just
he,
did, they
he-
were fighting on the deck at one
Yeah,
point.
and
then,
later
it was just-
they like got back out on
Yes.
deck as he like doused him with like wine and rum and
he
everything.
just kept him wet.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff. No, and the very heartfelt moment at the end where Obi-Wan doesn't know if he should just toss the mermaid in the sea where she would just be fine, I suppose, or he. I don't know how that works
very much
with this situation.
on character for Obi-Wan is when it's like, I think it's not about thinking that he might kill the mermaid. That's not his concern. It's more
Mhm.
like this, like, realization that this is never gonna fucking end.
Oh yeah, I mean, yes, that for sure. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he could have like talked him out of the cycle of violence or something.
You were my brother, Richard.
I have the high ground now. Drops him into the ocean.
Apparently, Richard Castle was also part of the Clone Wars
I mean,
and or Order 66.
yeah. I like to just imagine that every single clone in this universe is Richard Castle.
That would be very
So
funny.
the moment they get
Also
done
very-
shooting everybody and get back home to base, they all take off their helmets and just like compliment each other how funny they are and how handsome they are and just laugh at each other or with each other rather. I don't know.
Yes.
Just like this aggressively homogeneous is the word.
Oh.
Yes, homogeneous group of clones that like find themselves and each other just great. and have like the best time of their lives just fucking shit up.
And I called it first. Nathan Fillion would love to film that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. I mean, it's like a whole like I get it has like the whole vibe. I feel the darkness and the thunder and everything through the story. I'm very impressed by it.
I also love that ChatGPT included this like siren song because I did not even mention that.
Okay.
No, not at all. I was so confused when they started with the singing. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
I guess,
it's a mermaid siren thing. I know, but
yeah. But also, I guess if you included it, it would have been something that I recognize and
it
not
would have been
just
so much more funny if it
some
would just like
random
some
ass
pop
song.
song.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that would
exactly.
have been so good.
Just like blasting Backstreet Boys or something as he like surfaces.
Yeah, and I'm still really mad that I didn't mention LeChuck. I specifically put him in there. He didn't have to do much, just like say one line or something, or
as with Santiano.
Yes.
That just got.
They
like,
were just
their
supposed to
one
be like, because I wanted to like make the crew some.
They just like fill them out.
Funny mix of characters. I could have
Yeah.
just said the crew and then. Yeah,
No,
but
yeah.
whatever. Also, it sounded like Obi-Wan is like the head of the crew. He's not. He's just part of the crew. They're all like equal.
Yeah.
Other than Captain Haddock,
Other than
obviously.
Captain Haddock, who of course is the only
captain.
one with actual authority over everybody.
Yes.
Beautiful
Also very
stuff.
tired of life.
Yeah. Also haven't thought of him like in quite some time, so that's
I was
always
like, we need a
a
captain.
pleasant like surprise or whatever return. No.
So yeah, that was my high seas themed story for you today.
Thank you so much for that. I say I'd give it like an 8 out of 10 probably.
That's fair.
Maybe
That's
a 7 for it being like a little shorter and leaving LeChuck out. That
Yes.
probably would have bumped it up 1 or 2 points immediately
Yes.
if he just showed up.
Yes. That's fair. I can live with that.
Well,
All right.
so let's set sail to our second story.
Okay. We have arrived at our destination, the second story of today.
We're only mildly scared.
Which doesn't have I think we don't get titles anymore.
That's sad.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am curious to find out, and I hope you are too. The Mediterranean Sea churned with fury as the ship of Theseus battled against the relentless storm. Yes, I know. The skies were shrouded in darkness, and the thunder rumbled like the roar of the Minotaur he had defeated not long ago. Theseus?
I think it's technically Theseus in
Sorry.
English, yeah.
Theseus stood at the helm, his eyes narrowed against the stinging rain. By his side, his loyal first mate, Akantos from the Age of Mythology video game, clung to the railing. By the gods, Theseus, we need to find safe harbor, Akantos shouted above the deafening howl of the wind. Desmond? Yeah. The skilled navigator from the enigmatic island of Lost struggled to maintain their course as the ship was tossed about like a toy in the hands of a pollutant god. He cursed under his breath, desperately trying to steer them away from jagged rocks. The crew was an odd assortment, to say the least.
Can say that.
Fucking God. I already read the first name. And I'm just collecting my composure.
Fusa.
German singer Florian Silbereisen, an unexpected addition, clung to the mast. His face pale with fear of fucking hell. Good thing that we talked about this just seconds ago. What's the plump pig from Urmel from the Ice Age, huddled in the galley, pots and pans clanging around as she tried to prepare a meal amidst the chaos. And in a corner, disguised as a cabin boy, was Lucifer himself, playing a role beneath his true nature. What?
Why would you tell us that?
Okay, now I see what you try to do here. Suddenly, Poseidon, god of the sea, took an interest in their plight. It feels like that's not so sudden.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Also, knowing Poseidon and how spiteful he is. Also, knowing Poseidon and how much he doesn't like Arkantos. Well.
Also, knowing that Theseus, I guess, is sometimes the son of Poseidon, I think.
Is he though?
I think in like some
I didn't know that.
interpretations.
With a malicious grin, he conjured a vortex that grew into a terrifying tornado. The waters beneath the ship began to swirl and the storm escalated into a sharknado. But I love this one. Sharks of all sizes soared through the air, their jaws snapping hungrily. I just see
beautiful stuff. Hungry hippos. Baby shark.
Arkantos, a hero of myth, sprang into action. He loves that. ChatGPT just loves these titles with the Greek.
Right? It's just right up its alley.
Arkantos, a hero of myth, sprang into action. Armed with a harpoon, he frantically fought off the sharks raining from the storm, each strike a testament to his warrior spirit.
Sure.
He's the one that does the, yeah. Theseus, undeterred by the chaos around him, desperately worked to replace the boards and wood of the ship as they were torn away by the meter-high waves and sharks. He knew that the ship of Theseus, much like his own existence, was being tested to its limits. Huh?
I mean, I guess you could say it like that.
Florian Silbereisen sang out a passionate aria, a song of hope in the face of impending doom.
I thought he was just scared.
Now he's singing, that's calming him down. Woods the pig squealed in terror, her cooking utensils scattered in all directions, and Lucifer, his disguise shattered by the tempest, revealed his true form. Poseidon! Lucifer shouted, his eyes glowing with infernal light. What is it you truly desire? The sea god, momentarily distracted by Lucifer's presence, paused in his destructive revelry. I desire chaos, fear, and submission, he
But
hissed.
that tracks for sure.
I mean, yes, that's also not very revealing at this point. With Poseidon's attention diverted, Akantos spied a solution. He grabbed a large, oil-soaked cloth from the galley, set it ablaze, and tied it to a sturdy javelin.
That's like a throwing spear kind of thing.
Okay, with a powerful throw, he launched the burning projectile into the heart of the sharknado. The flaming
Heart
cloth
of the sharknado.
spiraled through the vortex, igniting the oily waters and setting the sharks ablaze. With a deafening roar, the sharknado erupted in a fiery explosion, sending shard. You come up with that? Sending charred shark carcasses scattering in all directions.
I'll go with charred shark shards.
Fucking hell. As the storm abated, the crew of the ship of Theseus gathered on the battered deck, catching their breath. Poseidon, his appetite for chaos momentarily sated,
Is it though? Is it ever?
regarded them with a begrudging respect. I don't think so. What I truly desire, Poseidon finally admitted, is to be recognized as more than just the god of the sea. I seek the acknowledgement of my power over all elements, not just water.
Tricks.
Theseus, his legendary wisdom shining through, nodded solemnly. Then, Poseidon, perhaps it is time you extended your dominion to the winds and the skies. Show the world the full extent of your might, and you shall find the recognition you seek. This is a very bad advice.
Yeah, it's like very much in the vein of, yeah, maybe don't like attack me right now and therefore just go over there and destroy the whole world kind of thing.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that. Poseidon considered Theseus' words, and with a regal nod, he withdrew his tempestuous influence, allowing the sea to calm. The ship of Theseus continued its voyage home, its crew forever changed by their harrowing encounter with the god of the sea. In the end, it was a battle not just for survival, but for understanding. One that would be sung about in the annals of history, a tale of a hero, a god, and the storm that tested the very essence of their beings. Yes, that was very unexpected. I was not seeing that coming. Any of this, actually.
I'm very happy that you didn't see any of this coming.
I mean, just love the combination of people. Also love that Desmond is never mentioned again. He just drunkenly fall off the boat or something.
I don't know, maybe he's just too occupied keeping it on course for fighting the sharks or something. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that much about Theseus and his tales and everything, so he doesn't give me as much, but I obviously love that you put in Akantos.
I mean, the most famous stuff Theseus did was actually just kill the Minotaur.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's
pretty much his biggest deal. And as I said before, sometimes he's who knows? Sometimes he's painted as the son of Poseidon and another goddess that I don't know the name of right now.
Yeah, it was probably not.
So therefore, I found him to be a decent stand-in. Also, I just really wanted to get the ship of Theseus in there for no reason at all, pretty much.
Okay, is that something I should know?
Oh, you don't know? That's like a philosophical paradox. The base question being because of him doing that pretty much during his journey, if you replace every single board of a ship, is it still the same ship?
Okay, I see.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't know that.
Oh. A little tidbit of the day, I guess.
I would have loved to see Arkantos be more desperate and not understanding why Poseidon hates him so much. Because he's so Arkantos is the main hero in the storyline of the Age of Mythology campaign that you can play.
Yeah.
And he is from Atlantis, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And they obviously worship Poseidon, and Poseidon still fucks him over.
He just gets
big time
shafted by Poseidon the whole way through.
And he doesn't really understand why, because he always worshipped him. And it's obviously just because Poseidon is fucking spiteful and just
hates him.
Random. But yeah, I would have loved to see more of Arkantos acting in that kind of setting and being why is this happening to us now? I don't understand.
Trying to grasp the whole situation, yeah.
Yeah, I just love that you put in Woods from Wombe.
I was really struggling to think of characters that I could reasonably put on a boat.
I mean,
and then I was I don't know, she could be the cook.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Take care of everybody, and then we need a navigator guy, and then.
I mean, Desmond has this sailing
exactly.
boat. No, that made a lot of sense.
Yes, and then of course Florian Silbereisen.
Yeah, he's the captain.
Who is the captain of the Traumschiff.
Yes. No. Yeah. I could link all the characters to boats.
That's already good.
And I mean, other than Lucifer, but I mean that was also not his purpose was to ask Poseidon what he truly desired, and I guess you try to tell us that there was a cabin boy there, and then after the Sharknado hits, it's revealed that is Lucifer's, but ChatGPT is not very big with let's keep this a secret in the beginning.
No, I want to tell everybody.
Yeah. Don't ever tell ChatGPT a secret. It's gonna be out there.
Oh, definitely.
Right away, also. Yeah, just a Sharknado coming up. And it's just love how sharks of all sizes flying through the air and are hungrily biting away.
Yes,
it's pretty much what a Sharknado is, also.
Yeah.
Also, this could pretty much be Sharknado 7.
Yeah, either that or the origin story prequel that they release straight to DVD at some point.
The Asylum. If you are seeing this, we would sell you this idea.
Gladly. Yeah. At first I was like, should I put like some other sea animal in the tornado? But then I was like, it's nothing as iconic as sharks flying at you.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also something, I mean, you all have a picture now. You can imagine the Sharknado. If you've never seen the Sharknado movie, watch the first one. The rest, you don't have to. But the first one is kind of iconic.
Very, very fun, actually.
Because the first one was still a movie where they thought it was a good movie, and they didn't try to make a trash movie. So it's still a very trashy trash movie, but it has this, like, funny, trashy vibe to it.
You can see somebody, like, trying with it, which is always fun to see.
Yeah. Kind of think that maybe it would have been fun to insert someone with a chainsaw then, just for the sake of the Sharknado thing. But I also see how
I also thought about Arcantos like doing with his spear, like doing the whole jumping into the shark thing.
I would have loved for Arcantos to do his like whole battle cry thing, and then the chainsaws all light up and like everyone has like super strength in their chainsaws. Also, I really don't know why Theseus advises Poseidon to now not only fuck around with the sea, but also the skies.
I mean, it seems like he's literally just trying to get him off of his back, regardless of the price.
Yes! But still. I mean, basically, all of Greek mythology tells us to just leave Poseidon be. Just get out of his fucking way. And if you don't ask Odysseus or Acanthos what will happen to you, it's not great.
I don't know, but I mean, also it like kind of tracks that he is all spiteful, like to Zeus, that he's only got like the sea and doesn't get to play with the other toys.
No, so it's very like on character for
of
Poseidon to be like, I want to rule fucking everything.
Yeah, but yeah, therefore I think maybe like Theseus is like so cunning that he knows this about Poseidon. He's like,
I also don't think
your brother doesn't let you play with the other toys, so maybe go talk to him first before you drown us.
I also don't think that was ever a secret.
Who knows?
Nah. Probably not.
But yes.
So yeah, it was also a little wild with now we set the Sharknado ablaze. And like it all made sense, but it was like reading it was a little wild, and just the back and forth with like, now we go back to all the other characters except for Desmond, we never mention him again. And tell you that they're now afraid and like flying around in the kitchen because their Sharknado is hitting. And Silbereisen singing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it didn't really like get the whole Traumschiff thing, so it was just like, it's a singer, so he's gotta sing. So that's
okay, I guess. What does he do in the Traumschiff that would have like given anything to the story?
Nothing.
Yeah, probably. I still don't know. So I would give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
With like, it's such a great basis, and I think it could have like some more details that would make it.
It could have gone to like
also a little more coherent. Yeah, where it's like, okay, now I understand what the storyline of this is, because I there's like some plot elements and some character elements, and it's all just like put into a cocktail shaker, and it's just like
it sounds like at the beginning that he's coming like from killing the Minotaur,
but also then why so everyone else is just his weird crew.
Yeah,
okay,
it's just like the people who work on the ship of Theseus, which it really likes saying like that because of the whole philosophy thing.
Okay, but yeah, like a solid 7 out of 10, I think, because it was really fun. It was also really unexpected. I gotta say that. I did not see any of that coming.
At this point, I'd take that and run with it. So, thank you. That's it. Our 2 stories for the day. Thank you so much for listening.
And next time you find yourself lost at sea, make sure you bring your headphones so you can listen to this episode and then all the other ones, because we still have more plot at home.